I think you should be able to literally shove the person. If they're at the front and they're looking at their phone, just...
Miss.
Hey, get going. Kick them in the ass. Literally kick them right in the ass.
Yeah, and then they have momentum forward.
Exactly.
So it speeds the whole thing up.
As long as you kick them in the direction that they're supposed to be going, that's what you should be able to do. That should be the social norm.
You are a maniac. This is why he doesn't leave the house.
Hello and welcome to The Great Beyond, and Is This Good Companion Pod, where I catch up with my friend and yours, Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi, JD. Thanks for coming and producing the show, our resident Gen Z slang expert, Rachel Doyle.
I'm so extra today.
Why today?
I don't know. Maybe too much port before bed? I don't know. I'm really wackadoodle.
Port before bed?
Yeah, this is the latest. Man.
What? Are you an alcoholic from 1920? What are you doing over there? You're drinking fortified wine?
Yep. A little snifter before bed.
Wow. I know. Are you a tawny port girl, or what do you like?
Yeah. It's a tawny port I've been drinking, yes.
The Tawny Katana of ports. Is that her name? Hold on. The woman who's on the hood of the car in the Whitesnake video. Timely.
Oh, God.
Timely
Okay,
Katana.
Well, that's a slightly more current reference, but still not quite there.
That's right. Yeah. She enjoys a little port before bed. So what?
This is a weak habit I've started. I'm like, I gotta stop this.
What do you mean a weak habit?
No, not W-E-A-K. Like it's been a week generating itself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This is not something I need to make a habit of. So.
I went through a port phase, if it makes you feel better.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went with on a family trip. We went to Portugal, northern Portugal. I haven't been to the south where the beaches are. Mm. And we took a tour of the Sandeman. You know Sandeman, the guy. If you have, it's the guy with the cape on the bottle. And so we went to the Sandeman factory, and then after that, I got into a little port kick when I came home. Hey, the meal is ended. Why not have a little digestif?
Exactly.
And then I think eventually I was like, this is so sweet. I really cannot drink this anymore.
I can't even smell it. Like, she'll drink it next to me, and I just, it's just...
It's kind of like having NyQuil before bed. I mean...
You sleep like a baby.
I do, and that's why I'm like, this is kind of nice. But, I mean, I'm only going to need more to get that same sleepy factor if I keep doing it every night. Yeah. So I can't drink 4
you're
glasses
eventually going to have to start putting tequila and Dimetapp. That's how sweet you're going to need it.
I remember when I went home one summer, and Denise and I were at a bar just drinking, and I started ordering port. And the lady was like, this is your 6th glass of port?
Oh my God, the hangover on that.
I've only seen my grandmother ever drink.
I know, but that is like, JD, you must, like, people in your family must drink sherry and stuff
sure.
like that.
I was just going to say, you drank us out of port. Oh, do you have any sherry back there, perhaps? Well, sherry usually ends up in trifles in my family, you know, like not that since my grandmother passed, we don't really do the sherry trifle anymore. But sherries, ports, little aperitif or digestif, I guess you'd call it.
I'll be graduating to brandy and then cognac and then just straight.
But port is brandy, right? It's fortified with brandy. I think so. Did I ever tell you the story about my mother at the Sandeman port factory?
No, you have not.
What if you've ever taken a tour of like a brewery or a winery, whatever, same thing, right? So it's like we're learning all about port, a thing I didn't know. I mean, I was probably maybe 20-something, young 20s. And they're talking about how, it was invented because, from what I remember, they were like sending wine over to England, but then it was like, if it took too long, the wine would go bad. So they started fortifying with brandy because then it made it last longer. And here's the kind of casks we put it in. And here's the kind of grapes we use. And here's this and here's that. It's like an hour-long tour. And then, of course, it ends up in the tasting room at the end.
Sure.
And the guy leading the tour is wearing a cape like the Sandeman. Probably his favorite part of the job. And he's like, all right, well, I'll leave you with your tasting some delicious vintages from the Sandeman collection. But before I go, does anyone have any last questions? And sort of silence, and my mom raises her hand and she goes, yeah, what is port? And that is like, if anyone asks like an obvious question now, that it like still a joke in our family like 20 years later is, you just go, what is port?
I love it.
That's great.
And now she's come up with like a whole reason about why she said that, and like that's not what she meant.
Right.
But I don't buy
Like
it.
the philosophy.
No,
Get
I think
deep.
she meant like, I don't know, what is its place in the world? I don't quite know, but
Right.
that is still a big joke. So, JD, you are going on vacation.
I am. Last minute vacation. Spur of the moment almost, sort of. Booked it.
No, why do you feel like you need a vacation?
Why do I need a vacation?
Yeah, you get to
guess I
come on
don't.
with your friends in the morning, your skeets and tasses and trays. You talk about, well, you don't really talk about basketball. You just
Yeah.
sit there listening to your friends talk and be interesting. Then
Well.
sometimes you get on here with me and your lovely wife.
Yes. Yeah.
And you also talk. And it's just fun. So
You're
why would
right.
you need a vacation from
You're right. It is all fun all the time. I'm going actually to do a bit of work. That's what I'm a week away to do some work, working on my pickleball game, and that's it. I just need to brush up on some skills. No. You joke, but I actually work very hard, Matt. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course you do. No, you need a vacation. And as when you said, I'm taking a vacation, even though, maybe you would expect my reaction to be angry or annoyed because it fucks up our whole schedule.
Yeah.
I was happy for you.
Oh, thank
I said,
you. I
you get
appreciate
out there. And I said, and then even more so when I said, oh, you said going to Mexico. I said, taking the whole family? Like I said, taking the kids or just Rachel? And you said, none of them.
Yep.
Just
Solo.
going solo.
Yeah.
This is a true vacation.
Putting his backpack on and hitching on down to Puerto Vallarta.
That's exactly right. I've got a friend. My parents are there. My brother's coming in for a few days, so that'll be cool. And he's not going to
great.
have his kid with him or his wife. So it's just, me, my mom, my dad, and we've got friends down there too, like King Ding Dong and, extended family sort of thing. So it'll be fun, relaxing.
Hopefully no one dies. That's all.
Hopefully no one dies.
Or falls in a well like last time.
Yeah, we've had some injuries, serious injuries in the past. It wasn't a well,
Excuse
to
me?
be fair.
It might as well have been.
It was a hole, a bit of a hole.
A very deep hole where she ended
was-
up with major
It
surgery.
was bad. It was bad.
What are you talking
I mean, we
about?
can laugh about it now. Our friend, my brother's mother-in-law, actually, she fell into a hole in Mexico. That's really the end of the story. It was sort of like a construction zone, I guess. A thing that was under construction, and she had been visiting friends in a condo, and my friend King Ding Dong, Uncle Derek, we call him. He was waving goodbye to her. Wait, what?
I don't call him Uncle
Well,
Derek.
I don't call him. I just call him Derek and King Ding Dong. But anyways, he was waving goodbye to her from the 10th floor, and she was sort of like, bye. And then she just sort of disappeared. I mean, we laugh about it now, but she...
Oh, that is so frightening.
Yeah, she just sort of like fell into this hole, and it was...
Like how deep?
Like well over her head. Like they needed a ladder. They needed a ladder to go down and get her, and she was severely. She would have died if they hadn't been out there. Well, it's sort of a chicken and the egg kind of thing. If they hadn't been out there waving at her, and she was like waving back, and then she fell into the hole.
Right.
But luckily they were there to see her fall into the hole.
But on a balance,
Yeah.
hindsight's 2020.
No
She
pointing
probably would have
fingers
rather
here.
they didn't say goodbye to her.
Right.
So she was in their apartment.
Yeah.
She'd said goodbye to them.
Exactly.
Now these
Exactly.
people think, oh, wouldn't it be cute if we waved to her from the balcony?
Now, listen, I don't know for sure that that's exactly what transpired, but they were definitely.
No, I'd like to believe that.
I'd like to believe that too, but no, but it was very serious, and she. Like pictures of her in the hot, like she had like her head had to be shaved. She had like this massive gash in her head, and she really fucked up her leg and stuff.
And she had major back surgery.
Yeah. So it was bad, very bad. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Were they close enough? Because I'm just being honest here. If I'm waving goodbye to someone and then I suddenly don't see them anymore, my first thought isn't, oh, they've fallen into a hole so deep that it's above their head. Because I probably can't see the hole from that distance. Because otherwise it would actually be even funnier if they were doing the movie thing where it's like she thinks they're waving, but they're really saying,
yeah, look out, there's a hole right there.
There's a hole.
Okay, bye. You're going the wrong way.
I think it was actually stairs that she was walking down that didn't have a railing, and the water wasn't in this like water
like a water
fixture,
feature,
right?
Yeah, water feature or something.
So it was like empty.
Why does it?
Oh,
have to be
it was a fountain then.
Yeah, but it was empty. I don't know what it was. It was a hole.
Okay,
she fell into
whatever
it.
is. Yeah, so I wouldn't assume. I would have just assumed. Oh, I must have blinked, and now I don't know. They're not there anymore.
Right. Yeah, I would have been the same.
So did they run down?
They did. Yeah, I think they were like, oh my god, I think she just fell in that hole.
I think they heard
okay,
the
so they could see the hole.
scream.
Did she scratch? Okay, yeah. She must have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they were like, and they went down there, and they're like, they couldn't get her out. Like they had to go get a ladder and like carry her out of this hole. Like it was scary shit. But we can laugh about it now.
We can laugh about it now.
Yeah. So.
Ayúdame! Ayúdame! That's her in the hole. Do you? Did she know any Spanish? Because you're right. Like she could have died there if she was just like, hello.
Well, you don't think like somebody?
It's just a classic Mexican gringo hole. They're used to that. They're not stopping.
And Derek was like, "Calma."
Calma. No, she speaks. She's pretty fluent in Spanish now.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah.
So she could verbally explain how embarrassing it was to the doctor.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, I'd probably just die of embarrassment. Like I'd stay down there. I'd be like, God damn it, I just fell in a hole. Like I'm never gonna live this down.
There's no surgery for that. And if it's you, we would make fun of you forever.
Yeah, 100%.
I think this is a good time for you to tell your Auntie Dee Dee story on the beach.
No, let's save our.
SOS. Save our stories.
There's been some major Mexican accidents.
Well, that was in St. Martin. But anyways.
Anyway,
we're gonna be safe. We're gonna be, hopefully there will be very little incident.
Well, I'm worried already because speaking about port, you got you solo.
Yeah.
Your brother solo.
Yeah.
King Ding Dong solo.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think you're prepared for the drinking and the hangovers.
No.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be very good. Because I want to play pickleball while I'm down there. So.
Yeah, you could play pickleball from... How much fucking pickleball could you play? Let's say you played from 9 to 12. That's 3 hours every day.
Yeah.
That still leaves you a long time to get so drunk that... Oh, but because then you're saying next morning you're
I want to be coherent.
Okay.
I'm sure there will be a couple of rough mornings. But whatever. That's fine.
I had my first hangover in a while, actually, this weekend.
Oh.
What'd you guys get up to?
Went out, and here's the problem. Solo. No gel.
Ooh.
Oh, is
Said, Daddy's out to play.
That's the voice. That's why you have this husky, sexy voice.
Well, I don't think so, because that was... Well, I guess, we're pre-taping this. Because we're going to get to some freezing cold Oscars takes. For us, I want you to know these are piping hot out of the oven takes, okay? This just happened. For you, you're like, what? What? The Oscars?
Yeah, why are they talking about this? But it just happened for us.
It just happened to us. To us.
And I'll be honest, I didn't watch a single second of the Oscars.
Oh, you didn't?
No, but I do.
So maybe we don't need to
don't have to.
I told him we should. We should do our homework.
I want to sit through it.
I can't believe you didn't watch it.
Well, I hadn't seen most of the movies, so.
Oh, you see, I was going to say this is a big year for me because I saw almost all of them.
Okay, yeah.
I saw, of course, Maestro. I'm not watching that.
Right.
But yeah, it was a big year for me.
Why not
Normally,
Maestro?
I'm not this prepared.
Why not?
No interest.
It's a famous
No
composer. Is it Leonard Bernstein? Is it about? That's what it's
Stein.
about. What did I say?
Steen.
Sorry, Stein.
I don't know. I think it's Stein. Haven't
Yeah, I
seen
don't
the
know
movie.
either. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. Sorry, wait. What?
We didn't finish the hangover talk, but
Oh, I think
way.
we did. He's gonna be fine.
Okay.
He's gonna be fine, or he's gonna do the thing where he
no,
pretends he
your
has a migraine.
hangover.
Oh, there's no story. I just went out. Went out.
Well, good for you.
Went out.
Glad to
Actually,
hear
the
you
rare
getting
thing
out
where we purchased it was a Korean barbecue place. Purchased a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. Like just
there.
purchased
A full
bottle.
bottle?
Jesus.
Full bottle, 750 mLs,
Okay.
and it was cheap, like relative to what it would cost to be
Right.
drinking.
Yeah.
There.
No wonder you're hungover. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, but I'm fine now. I'm fine now.
750 mils between how many people?
6?
Okay. Yeah, you're getting a buzz. You're catching a buzz.
Yeah. Well, there was also
you're
that was the
sleeping well.
second location. Anyways,
Oh,
I'm fine.
wow.
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing
My
fine
voice is
now.
fine.
Did you do that?
No get well cards needed.
Came home and chugged a glass of port. That's what threw me over the edge.
It did, didn't it?
Wow. Cool.
I was gonna ask you, are you concerned that you're gonna have any flight problems on your way down?
I'm in the pit of anxiety because of my flight, to be honest.
Oh.
Well, I actually solved the problem.
Okay.
Let me start off with a Facebook post that I saw.
Okay, great. Yeah.
It's not really, I don't know who this is from, really. It's just a screen grab that somebody put up. And here's what it says. I can hardly contain my excitement. On my Southwest Airlines flight from Austin, Texas to Columbus, Ohio, I decided to splurge and purchased upgraded boarding. This is Southwest's this is Southwest's equivalent to business class. It includes being able to board early, choose any available seat, and be among the first to access the overhead bin space. Being the seventh person, this is the seventh person on board the plane, I chose to sit in 18E, a middle seat. Right on the right side of the aircraft. And this part is highlighted. I always prefer middle seats as I can chat with my seatmates on either side of me. This is psychotic behavior, right?
Oh, everybody hates this person.
This
Did you
sounds-
say it was a woman or a man?
I doesn't say.
This sounds like
Okay.
an ad, to be honest.
An ad?
It does
For
it?
what?
If it's an ad, it sounds like shit.
Like they're
remember
saying they're trying to
the
sell
goal-
the Southwest business class.
But Southwest, it sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Like, remember the golden age of flying, and you get champagne and you get a meal, and now she's like, I splurged, and now I'm the first to access the bin space. Like, that's
That, yeah.
what she's looking for, or he is looking forward to.
It's interesting
that I
that
thought it
you're
was a woman.
assuming it's a
Interesting,
woman.
I thought it was a woman. I guess I'm saying that because of sexism, ingrained sexism. But I do, when I picture someone sitting between two people, talking in both directions, and being genuinely interested and curious in strangers, I do picture a woman, an older woman too.
I do
She's got
too.
glasses.
I have
She's got
to admit.
curly hair also. And she's wearing a frock. No, she's wearing pants. She's wearing pants. And maybe a
Slacks.
button down with a sweater that she knitted over
Interesting.
it. That's who I'm picturing.
And she lets both people lie their heads on her shoulders to sleep.
As she's crocheting.
No, she hates that because she can't talk to them. If
Oh,
they're
yeah.
sleeping.
That's a good
Wake
point.
up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
So wait, are you
Nightmare.
taking Southwest? Is that why you're
No,
nervous?
No, I'm taking
Oh,
Delta.
okay.
But I got stuck with a window seat. Now, I don't mind sitting in the window for a shorter flight, but this is a 4-hour flight, and it just causes me anxiety. Like, because I know I'm gonna have to
peeing.
piss probably twice. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm like planning my dehydration like before the flight. Do you know what I mean?
You'll wait for your cerveza after you get off the plane.
That's right. I'm not having anything to drink. I'm not having any coffee. But here's the thing, though. I did something crazy, and I moved. It's not that crazy because I moved my window seat
Yeah.
to a middle seat. but it's on
Oh,
See, it is an ad.
But
They
it-
sold you on the middle seats.
you
They're making them popular now. I told you. It worked.
the okay,
middle
stop
seats
yelling
are the
at me.
coolest.
I can chat to everybody. No,
Jason.
it's on an exit row, and there's actually nobody in the. There's no seat at the. According to the seat map, there's no seat.
Oh, there's no window.
on the window. Like there's no
Okay,
seat
you know,
there.
I like you there because you have to be vigilant and prepared for these fucking freaks that keep trying to open the plane door
Oh yeah,
in the
exactly.
middle of the flight
Yep.
at 40,000 feet.
No,
Stay
they're not.
vigilant.
Look at, I'm fucking 220. I got a big beard. I'm gonna wear this black toque. And nobody. I'm the fucking bouncer of that airplane. There's nobody is going near that door.
Tell people you're the air marshal, and when they say, "Aren't you not supposed to tell us that you're the air marshal?" Say, "No, the policy's changed."
Yeah, it's a new thing we're doing because we're tired of you people trying to open the goddamn door.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you're sitting in the middle, but it's fine because you think you have space to creep out, or you could creep out to the. No, that would.
Yeah,
make sense. You creep to the right.
Yeah, there's just one person I have to inconvenience
Right.
by getting out. So
I think you could have a beer in that case.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Treat
So
yourself.
you have no idea the stress that relieved.
But wait, now was there no aisle you could purchase?
No aisle. That's the thing. There was no aisle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I didn't want to pay
full
for
flight.
Yeah, and it's totally full, yeah. So somebody that seat, I've been checking literally every day. Like one of you motherfuckers are going to get upgraded. Like there's 2 first class seats. I can see them. I know you want to sit there. So somebody upgraded, I think they did. So or somebody canceled their flight or whatever because that seat was not there before.
Oh well, how much is it to just pay for it?
It's like $125 for
What?
yeah, for preferred.
Is this comfort? What?
Well, they do charge you for the aisle and window of an exit row now. I know that for sure.
I know, but usually it's like $25 or something, or
Yeah,
$35.
no.
I've never heard 125
100
unless
and-
you're upgrading class.
Yeah, they were. It's either in Comfort Plus or they're just saying it's an exit row. Everybody wants to sit here, so you're paying. That's it.
But hey, you want to sit here, String Bean? You're paying for it.
Exactly. You're paying for it, and you are saddled with the responsibility of getting everybody off this flight. In the unlikely event that we have to make an emergency landing, so I'll be the
Just
first
make sure.
out that door.
Make sure it's
as
not
well.
a Boeing. This is good timing actually, because let me find it here. We got an email from Nick. He
Okay.
said, "Hey Matt and JD, I know you guys have said you've discussed every possible topic with air travel, but I have one that I don't think you've hit on. I was on a flight from Boston to Portland, and I was too cheap to select my seat, so I was placed in the middle. Oh, okay, not unlike you, JD.
All right.
While this is not my preferred choice, it normally isn't that big of a deal until I found myself in a very weird situation. The passengers sitting on my left and my right were a married couple, but neither of them wanted to sit in the middle seat, so they booked the window and the aisle. Then they proceeded to talk through me for the next 2 hours, with me occasionally thinking they were speaking to me, so I would take my headphones out and say, "Oh, sorry, what did you say?" If it got bad enough that the wife started to notice that I was getting annoyed, so then they proceeded to pass notes around me to talk to each other. By about hour 3 of the flight, they finally asked if they could swap seats so they could talk more freely. And so he says, so my question for you guys is, when booking seats for a flight, is it good to not sit next to each other? And he also added, I was curious if this is an isolated encounter, so I put up a poll on social media, and I found that 50% of people I know do something like this. First of all, Nick is a person that also puts up a lot of polls on social media.
Okay.
They're not scientists. It's not Pew doing the
Right.
research, okay?
So what do you mean? That 50% of the people will
Well, but he's okay. So he says the most common is partners that both love the aisle and hate the window and the middle. So they book 2 aisles.
Yeah.
So they're like
Yeah. That's
sort of next to each other, but across the row.
That's
Which I think
perfectly-
is a fine,
That's
totally
perfect.
fine.
Absolutely, that's perfectly acceptable.
we always do that.
Yeah, because we both.
I see. The one thing is that then you like if Jill, who doesn't mind the middle, sits next to me, then that's, I get the benefit of not having to sit next to a weirdo.
Yeah,
Now she still has to sit next to a weirdo.
that's
Maybe
But
you're
that's
the
her.
weirdo.
She's my weirdo shield.
Maybe she's the weirdo.
she doesn't mind.
she
the middle.
could be. Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, she's not a peer. Well, I don't know. Why did I say that? People don't need to know that. Anyway,
That brings up another story. Just kidding.
Anyway, so this is insane. I mean, this has happened to me. Not I'm in the middle and two people are married around me and talking over me, but I just took a flight recently alone where there was a mother and a son next to me, and she was talking so loudly and was at times like I had my headphones and gesturing that I did have to take my headphones out and be like, "Sorry, are you talking to me?" And she was talking to me. Every single time.
You were in the
She's
middle?
Like, could you tell him, like, he was like, I want this, this. And I'm like, oh, could you tell him that actually, like, they will come around again and, like, they will serve food. And I'm like,
so stupid.
I know. I eventually just stopped, like, I could see in my peripheral vision her, like, leaning in, doing the thing, trying to get my attention. I just, nope.
Yeah.
Tilting towards the aisle.
I could not imagine thinking that was okay to put someone out like that. It wouldn't even occur to me as an actual possibility.
Could you hold his hands? He doesn't like turbulence.
Oh, fucking hell.
Rachel, you are so considerate on flights that it's actually you crossed the line into. You did something that was so insane the last time we flew as a family.
Really?
Listen to this, Matt. Listen to this.
Oh,
we'll get
God.
back to the middle thing in a second. This woman, we land. We all have carry-on in the upper thing. Me and the kids are still sitting down. She springs up. She opens the thing, and she hands us our bags while we're sitting in the plane. like I'm like in a window seat, and I'm like holding my carry-on because she's
like
we're
a
gonna
wheeled bag.
Yeah, we're gonna
No,
be. It was my big backpack, but I couldn't get out of the seat because I had my. And she's like, "We're gonna be so goddamn efficient. We're not holding anybody up, but we were all holding our bags, and like we couldn't get out of the seats." Because you're insane. You're insane when it comes
to.
Rude. I agree. Rude, Rachel.
I don't know what you're talking
You should be helping old ladies get their bags.
I handed a lady her bag. As well.
That's fine. That part of it's
basically distributing. Like, pay me. Give me an hourly wage, people.
Well, also...
that reminds me. Did I ever tell you the story about when I helped someone take their bag down and almost got into a fight?
Oh, God.
I don't think I've told the story on the show before. This was during the pandemic. So I get onto a flight, and there's two girls, like, I don't know how old they were. Maybe like, 11 or 12 or something.
Okay.
And they were struggling to get their bag into the thing. And you know me, I'm very tall, very strong.
Right.
So I say, oh, here, let me help you with that. And I put their bag in the thing.
Okay.
Flight proceeds without incident. Then we get off the flight. I get up, and we're facing forwards towards the door we're walking to, obviously. And then I remember like, oh shit, those girls are like 2 rows behind me, and they might need help getting their bag down. So again, we're just all standing in the aisle, not moving yet. The door is not open. And I turn around, and I'm kind of like, because everyone's standing, I'm trying to crane my neck so I could see if they have their bag yet, or if they need help, trying to make eye contact to ask. And I'm wearing headphones, and suddenly I notice the guy in front of, like right behind me. So the guy I'm trying to look around is like really like looking at me, and he's talking to me. So I was like, I take my headphones out. I'm like, oh, what? Sorry. He goes, the fuck are you looking at? And I go, I thought he was joking. And I go, so, what? He says, what the fuck are you looking at? I'm like, before I can even say anything, he's like, I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking punch you in the face right here.
Oh my God.
And then I go, I go, you know what I'm looking at? And now, because every like the whole plane is, or like the few rows around us have silenced as they realize we are a conflict. Yeah. I can see people itching to get their phones out. Plane rage. I'm going to film it. And then because I know I have the impeccable moral high ground here, I go, you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at those 2 girls behind you whose bag I helped put into the overhead compartment, and I'm just making sure they don't need help. And then he, clearly embarrassed because he's realized he's a roided out asshole, is like, well, if you don't turn around, and so now I'm like, fuck you. And now we're just screaming at each other in the plane. And of course, I'm also like, even in my rage, I'm like, I really do hope he doesn't punch me because I don't think that's going to be great for me. And then people's come in and break it up. They're like, hey, okay, calm down. Anyways, the girls had their back in the end. And then I just walked off the plane. But then I was nervous because I was walking with my back to him, you know?
This is,
I don't know if he was going to punch me.
Where were you getting off? In LA or?
Yeah, LAX.
Yeah.
That is so fucking crazy.
I can't believe we've never heard this before.
Yeah.
I know.
You weren't even looking him in the face. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I know.
It's so illogical.
I was like, I understand you being angry on the flight, but we're about to get off. Like, this is sweet release. Like, all your plane anger should be dissipated at this point.
He's almost freed from the cage. Jesus.
He was young, too. Like, younger than me. Considerably younger than me. Like, I honestly feel like he was in his 20s. It's like,
what an
I don't understand. Yeah. Anyways. I'm glad you're going to be okay on your flight. Jake.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. I hope.
I hope your vacation starts.
Now you're giving me more anxiety.
Okay.
Sitting next to some roided out weirdo.
Should we get to... So you don't want to say anything about the Oscars then?
Sure. Well, I only read one thing.
As he confidently strides on, having already told us he didn't watch a second of it.
No, I was torn because I was reading about how Emma Stone was locked out of the Oscars while she was... Poor Things was getting a couple of awards.
Oh, okay.
And
so
she was
I
locked
watched
out.
it and I didn't know that.
Like, she arrived late?
No, well, I think she was doing a bit or something. She also had a wardrobe malfunction. It could have been related to that, where they had to sew up her dress or whatever.
No, because they didn't sew up her dress.
Oh, I see. Well, I think they just went to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom, but she had a front row seat because she won. What did she win for? Supporting or
Best actress?
Best actress.
Yeah, so actress. Okay, she's literally
supporting JD. She was the whole movie.
I have not seen it. I'm sorry.
We haven't seen it. It looks like
I'm a Poor Things hater, to be honest. Sorry. Though I think she is very worthy of the award. It's an amazing performance, but I just didn't love that movie.
Okay. She's nominated for Best Actress. She is the belle of the ball, as far as I'm concerned. And she ended up going... You didn't
see the movie, but her name's Bella.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Along with her other nominees, of course. They are the most interesting people in that room, as far as I'm concerned. But I also respect the broadcast for not letting her back into the theater. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was left, she was out. Her movie had just won 2 Oscars or whatever, and she's not in the front row. They can't get a shot of the star of the movie going, yes, we won 2 Academy Awards, right? But I also respect that, hey, you went to the bathroom, and we don't let people in unless it's a commercial break. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you go to a baseball game and the pitch is in progress, you can't go back to your seat.
Exactly.
You gotta wait in the concourse.
But what if you're the mascot of the game?
Yeah, or what if you're a player?
Exactly.
That would be yeah.
I mean, if I'm the director of the Oscars, I'm like, where the fuck is Emma Stone? I need a shot of Emma Stone. Her movie just won an Oscar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's why they put them in the front row.
There must be what's it called? Like a logistical reason why they can't do it.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe it's a safety thing. It's a union thing. If you got because you got cameras all through the audience, like you got cable pullers. It's probably a safety thing. But also, it's Emma Stone. Like, get her in there.
I agree with you.
But also Emma.
But I also didn't even realize that had happened, and I watched it. Well, I didn't watch all of it because I taped it because we were out, and we were going to be like an hour late.
Okay.
So I taped it on YouTube TV, but I taped the Oscar nominations.
Wait, from 3 months ago or whatever?
Correct. Yeah.
So you went to fire it up, but it was the nominations.
I was leaving. We were going on a hike, and I was oh fuck, I got to tape the Oscars, and so I just typed it in, and then I pressed like the plus button to record it.
So it's been it's been there for weeks.
No, because like I don't really know. Actually, it's like you kind of press the plus button and then that like notifies you and tapes it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like records it.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was re-airing. They're going to re-air that. That doesn't really make sense, actually.
Yeah.
Why would they re-air that? I think I basically just added a show. They're like, all right, if this ever comes on, we'll tape it for you. Right. But I don't know why.
I don't know why you want to see a
think it
guy
would.
read nominations at 5 a.m., but sure.
I do things a little differently. I watch the Oscars and then I go back and check out the nominations.
Yeah. I mean, who was reading the nomination?
Who was nominated? When I was like,
No. Yeah.
you think these Oscar takes are freezing cold? Let me tell you who was nominated for an Oscar.
Did you enjoy the
anyways.
picture I sent you? From my homework was just, watching a clip from CBS, right, Jason?
Where was it from? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it had Gail and...
Describe it well, because I do not want to put this picture in.
Oh, yes. Well, okay. I sent it to you.
Davina Joy Randolph, right?
Yeah, she was doing a lovely
Or Divine?
speech.
No. Davine or Divine? I've heard it both.
D-A-apostrophe-Vine. Divine.
I know, but is it
Oh.
duh or duh?
Don't know.
I swear I heard them say both on the
Divine
show last
seems
night.
right, but I don't know.
I've been hearing Divine leading up, and then I heard someone say Davine on the show. Anyways, it's not important. Well, it actually is important.
It's very important, but
It's very
we don't
important.
know. So, anyways, continue.
Anyway,
But that's the part I missed. That was what I'm saying. That was in the 45 minutes that I missed
Well, I
because
mean,
of the nomination snafu.
I don't know. Were those the actual subtitles from the Oscars or just from the CBS clip?
It was generated. It was
Okay.
generated on YouTube or whatever platform.
Because I had a brain fart while she's doing this lovely speech of how, I always wanted to be special, but I realized that I just needed to be myself. And I'm reading the subtitles, and I really needed to pee myself. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? Oh, be myself. I'm like, wait, was this? She's crying. This is not a joke she's making. Oh, that's tragic subtitling.
The captions,
but-
sometimes they don't know.
No, sometimes I don't
They
get
don't
it.
know.
It could, but we also now do we not know? Do we know for sure that's not what she said? Because none of us have seen it.
That's true.
Wait a minute. You were watching it.
I was watching the clip. She was crying, and she
did-
was very authentic and happy and sad. There was no, I'm making a joke to try to lighten the mood.
So, but you heard the audio.
Yeah.
So she said me, not P.
Be myself.
Oh, be myself.
Yeah.
Oh, be myself.
B,
Okay.
P. That's close.
Well,
But
it's
also,
very close.
why would you say that?
No, I know, but I'm always ready
But
for a joke.
due to context, I don't know why one would say that.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that that's what she would say. So AI got a ways to go.
Okay, well, anyways, everyone is going to be spared from our freezing cold Oscar takes.
Oh, okay.
because
You got
guys
nothing?
didn't see it.
You
You guys
happy
didn't
with
see
the
it.
results?
I thought it was a fine telecast, to be honest. I thought it was good, to be honest. Better
Yeah,
than normal.
I heard nothing but good things. Like it's
Maybe
the
it
best,
helps that I
best in
actually
years.
watched the movies this year.
Oh yeah.
Who was the comedian?
The comedian.
The
host.
comedian?
Wasn't there
was
there was no Ricky
Jimothy
Gervais?
Kimmel.
Clearly.
It was Kimmel.
Kimmel
Kimmel,
was on it.
Kimmel.
Oh, okay.
Kimmel, and everyone's saying Mulaney's gonna get it next year or the year after. He did a
I
funny
heard it
little
was
bit.
funny. I haven't seen any of it yet, but by the
Gosling
time
for
this
supporting
airs, I
actor.
will have seen most of the clips.
Okay, Gosling for supporting actor is my little hobby horse here. It was Downey Jr. won, and everyone wanted him to win, but I thought Gosling was, even though, and that's in a movie I did not like. Did not like Barbie. We covered that already on the show, but I thought Gosling was the best part of it.
Yeah.
Better
otherwise, I
than
was pretty happy
Downey
with
Jr.
everything.
Really?
Yeah, to be honest, I kind of think that the Gosling role is more difficult in a way. It's a movie about Barbie, but fucking Ken steals the show.
Wow.
And he it's very funny, but also he kind of takes it seriously, also kind of in a funny way.
I
A higher
agree.
degree of difficulty than just being, duplicitous angry man that Downey Jr. played. This is going to be a very unpopular opinion, actually, so we can move on.
I don't disagree with you, but anyways,
There was some crunchy audio in it, by the way, JD, in the
Ooh.
Oscars. I don't
Oh,
know
really?
why the mics, went the presenter mics. I don't know if it was just my broadcast, but very crunchy audio.
yeah. Well, we've been having that around here as well.
Am I crunching now?
No, I've been having some problems. Not just on this show, in general.
Is that why you need a vacation?
Yes, that's part of it for sure. Actually, on our show,
the light in your studio that always breaks a vacation.
yeah. Well, actually, Ash came in here for a dry run this morning, and things went awry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just technically, not because of anything he did, but one thing that didn't happen was the light worked for once. But we had audio problems, we had the board failure, we had everything. So it was a good thing he came in.
So Ash is coming to your house to replace you on the show. Does he also like need to take out the trash for Rachel and like stay for dinner?
I told him he has to do everything that Rachel tells him to do.
Yeah, okay. Because you do everything I tell you to do.
Who's speaking, please? Yeah, we had some crunchy audio with our man Tyler.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I haven't like I listened to it once when you were editing it. I did kind of think that would be something that you would fix, but I didn't know.
Well, there's not much I can do about distortion, and you know, like we're sort of stuck. You know, he was operating his own mic, and he had his levels set, and we were hearing when we did the show. We were
blaming
hearing,
Tyler. He's blaming.
I'm not
our
blaming
guests,
Tyler.
folks.
I'm not blaming Tyler. I'm not blaming Tyler, but it is his fault. No.
I don't want you. I don't want him to hear this because if he does, before we went on, he already explained he had a complex about using his audio system at home because he'd screwed it up multiple times.
No, and it was fine, but I think there was definitely one part that I just had to take out because it was completely distorted.
Oh, really? Was it haha funny?
No, it was fine. It was just squelch. You never would know. You'd never know.
Okay.
You flagged it actually.
Oh, that yeah, I did flag that.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well do some quick housekeeping.
Okay,
now.
let's do it.
Go back and listen to the Tyler episode.
Yeah, please do.
Great. The reviews are in, and people love it. What a silly boy Tyler is.
He is a very silly boy. I got his book delivered, so I'm going to take that with me.
Now, to become a bestseller, he'll just have to go on 20,000 podcasts. If the result of each podcast is the producer of that show buys his book on air.
Yeah.
I think it's a good business plan.
For sure.
And then if you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. You get ad-free episodes, access to our thriving community on Discord. You'll get an exclusive episode every month. And of course, you could send topics for future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Now, I do need emails, but maybe I was too forceful with that because I've gotten 2 emails from people that were just like, hey, love the show. I know you said you wanted emails, but I don't really have anything to say, so just wanted to send you an email.
That's nice.
Aw,
that's nice.
Yeah, but I see the new alert for an email. I'm like, here's a topic to sink my teeth into, and it's just them being nice in a sense.
It's
but
nice.
Getting my hopes up.
Right.
So you
have
could
a
do that,
topic.
but you could just send me a topic.
Yeah. If you wanna say hello, if you just a little, hey, enjoy your work, do that on YouTube or iTunes review or something like that.
Yes, that's true. If you don't know what to say, if you don't have a topic, then put that energy into a review.
Exactly.
We need some more so the one that says Rachel's bad goes down. You know what I mean? Because it's second from the top. I checked.
Yeah. If it gets too deep, I'll replace it with something else.
Yeah. Get out there. Push that negative review down. And subscribe on YouTube. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. I guess. Well, what? I have some pretzel follow up.
Oh, please, yeah.
Because I figured out. Someone on YouTube. A great place to just say hello, by the way. Dagon on YouTube said, hey, German... it's funny. When I read this, I thought he said he was German, and he was going to give me actual insight, and I was going to be like, I trust this German fellow.
Yeah, but he's not German.
But now he just says, hey, he's a German pretzel fan. I see what he's saying. He's German and he's a pretzel fan.
Wait, or no, he's a fan of German pretzels.
There's some punctuation missing here. But I think it would be weird of him to say he's an American, but he's a German pretzel. Like, I'm a fan of German pretzels only. I think he's a German and a pretzel fan, as all people in Germany must be.
Right, exactly.
They love their brats and they love their pretzels.
Yeah. Okay, carry on.
And they're Warsteiner. Okay, anyways. Hey, German man and also a pretzel fan here. I'm editing on the fly.
Okay, yeah.
The German word for pretzel is Bretzel
With a B.
with a B. So quite similar. Even more similar because it's BR is the bread.
Right.
It's almost like when it got to America, we're like, well, we can't call it that because it sounds too much like bread.
Right.
So let's go pre instead of bre.
Yeah.
Anyways, the OG bretzel is a soft one, so that's what a pretzel should be. Hard pretzels aren't a thing in Germany. Okay, so he is from Germany.
Right.
If I'd only read one sentence further, it could have.
It's like the YouTube algorithm was deciphering what was being said. Bretzel or pretzel? Me, P.
BP.
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 Yeah, sorry.
British Petroleum. Hard pretzels aren't a thing in Germany, shouldn't be in the U.S. There you go. 10 on 10, especially with the pretzel talk. So, anyways, I looked into it because now I was like, I actually want to know where did these, from the beautiful, soft, fresh baked pretzel, where did these tiny little hard things that hurt the roof of my mouth come from? So it said the hard pretzel has its beginnings in Pennsylvania, probably around the 1800s. One story tells of a baker's apprentice who dozed off while baking soft pretzels. The fire in the hearth died down, and he awoke with a start, thinking that the pretzels had not been baked long enough. He fired up the furnace again, baking them twice as long as necessary. When the master baker found out, he was outraged at the ruined pretzels. Then, out of curiosity, he tasted them. To his delight, he discovered they were crisp, crunchy, and delicious. What especially pleased him was the new hard pretzels also retained their freshness much longer.
Well, yeah.
Which I think is the key here.
Yeah.
This is capitalism at work. He was like, he's pretending they're better or just as good. But really what he's saying is these are shelf stable.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, I also think that, like, do chips have the exact same origin story? A guy was like, frying a potato and he fried it 2 times as long and he was like, oh, it's a chip. Or wine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Left
you left the grapes and now they're fermented.
Right.
What a terrible thing. Ooh, I feel wonderful.
Yeah, this is delicious.
Port.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right to me. The origin of the pretzel.
Yeah.
Pretzel's not good though, right? In general.
No, I think we covered that pretty clearly on the show.
Yeah.
Or at least what I think.
Well, no, because I was sort of I was convinced into the subjective trivia that you were going to pick pretzels for whatever reason, ignoring my instinct that pretzels are garbage.
Yeah, but that's the point of subjective trivia is to not ignore your instincts.
I know. I won't make that mistake again. Okay. Like, do people seek out pretzels? Like
some people
they're
do.
Sort of ubiquitous, but
Dots pretzels are good, especially the cinnamon ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess not really to me.
Have you tried the Dots?
I've never even heard of the Dots.
Dots pretzels.
Okay, now
Not
are you doing an ad?
Not an ad.
Too good, actually.
I find them really salty. And
when you upgrade on Southwest now, not only will you get early access to the bin, you'll get a pack of Dots pretzels. Okay, wait, do you have anything, JD? Because I have a complaint about Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I'm going to save it to the end. I don't think it's a spoiler, but I know everyone freaks out about this, so I'm going to save it till the end of the show.
Okay. Well, there's only one other thing, and then we went to see Dune 2 on a Saturday night. On a Saturday night.
That's good.
IMAX?
Which, no. Well, here's the thing. We went to the movie tavern to watch it.
The movie tavern?
It's called
Is that
the movie
new
tavern. Well, it's one of those.
That's the brand name?
Movie tavern is the brand name. Yeah.
Marcus Cinemas?
Marcus, yeah. Marcus Cinemas. It doesn't matter.
This all sounds very made up, but go ahead.
I know. It's and I guess so it's one of those places where you can eat a full meal. You can order a beer, you can order a burger, and they bring it to your seat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was fine. It was very expensive. Very expensive.
But it was as expensive as the fries I ordered were cheaper than a bag of candy there, and they were hot.
Yeah.
And the thing that was disturbing for me was getting food in the dark.
Yeah.
like
pitch dark.
There could be anything in this. I'm just feeling the fries and the ketchup. I'm like, okay, I'm going to just guess that this is red. There's nothing gross in it.
Was there no little personal lights?
No.
Because I've been to the Alamo Draft House has that, but they have a tiny little light, which is why I don't like. Because
right.
I look out into the theater, and then my dumb brain fixates on the tiny lights that are under everyone's seat.
Well, they leave the lights on during the trailers, which is kind of because they're delivering food, but ours came
What
after.
food? No food was delivered during the trailers.
Well, not ours, but ours came late.
I didn't see anybody in there.
Do you remember that was a trend for a while? I don't know if they had this in Toronto. There was a restaurant in Montreal. I think it was called Au Noir, and it was like the concept was that it was pitch black. Like that, it was the purpose to like feel like, I guess the idea is like, your senses are heightened when you're blocking out other senses.
Right.
So you literally walk in, then, and also, I hope I'm not making this part up, but I do think it was, partly like a charity. So like blind people would work there.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So they would come, take you by the hand, lead you to your seat. Like I'm talking like you cannot see the person next to you. You cannot see anything.
Wow.
And so this is what reminds me that they bring you something. Now I'm not sure if they even told you what it is. Maybe. I never went because I was like, this sounds like a fucking nightmare to me.
It sounds very claustrophobic.
But yeah, they serve you food and you're supposed to taste it. And wow, this tastes even better now that I'm.
I don't know.
Oh, and you're just eating in the dark? It's not a movie that's coming on.
Pitch dark. Like pitch dark. You cannot see anything. I think if you need to go to the bathroom, you just do it in your pants. No, someone guides you to the bathroom. But anyway, so you're...
That's not my hand. Sorry.
Oh, God.
It's very Silence of the Lambs. Like, how do they... So I guess the people are blind who are serving you, so they can easily
for them
navigate.
It's like a normal day.
Right.
Yeah, but where... could I have your hand, please? Obviously, use your words, not your own.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
You have to be guided.
Oh, I see what your problem is now. Yes. They ask for your hand. They don't touch your face and work their way down. Stopping, of course, at one's generous bosom.
That's right. Good for you.
Oh,
good for you, madam.
Good for you, sir.
34D. Fine choice, sir. So wait, are you going back? Do you like it? Because I personally hate that thing. I just want popcorn, and I don't want extra distractions by chewing and smells and people coming in and delivering things.
It wasn't that bad in the theater that we were in. Like I think the screen was big enough, and where we were sitting was fine. But I don't know. I don't love it.
I like that. I mean, it's not far from where we live. It's not outrageously priced. The seats were very comfortable. It wasn't all booked up, so we were able to get in.
We were able to get in, which was difficult other places.
The customer service was great.
It was fine.
She was lovely. She was so
great.
Lovely when we were ordering. She was
Yeah,
nice.
but-
She shouldn't even be there. That's my point, though.
It was pitch black when they brought our food, and they didn't bring napkins. So there's that. There's that.
And then if you want some now, like you got a buzz, or how do you? Is it?
I went
ordering
out.
through your
Like
phone?
the movie was starting. I missed the
Yeah,
beginning.
but how
of the
do you
movie.
order though?
Oh, you order at the snack bar like you normally would.
Oh, you order before you go.
Yeah, they give you a number, and then they find you, and the numbers glow in the dark too.
Okay,
So-
because at Alamo Draft House, they come in like you call them like a flight attendant,
Oh, okay.
and then they're like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
Well, that's disruptive. I like
No,
that you're
it's
ordering
insane.
it first.
I don't think I'm making that up, because I remember getting popcorn, and it came in a giant metal bowl.
It's kind of fancy.
like-
Yeah, but then
Yeah, but you can get unlimited. So if you want, like, they come in like, "Oh, do you want more popcorn?" Yeah.
Really? Wow. That's
Yeah.
dangerous. That's really dangerous.
it's unnecessary. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Oh, do you want to give a review of Dune, by the way?
I loved it.
Spoiler free. Loved it.
Spoiler free. I loved it. I'm a fan of the books, but
it's
it
great.
was incredible.
Chalamet.
If I saw one and it was like, liked it, but it wasn't my favorite, is this better?
I think it's better it's less. It jumps right in, and there's a lot less. This is Caladan.
More action.
There's a lot of water on Caladan, but Arrakis, it's a desert planet. But there's the spice. There's a lot less of that because they just it's assumed that you've seen Dune. Why would you seen Dune 2 without Dune 1? But anyways, I liked it. Shout out to Denny. And one other thing happened at the movie. I hate this. This is one of my pet peeves. I'm sure I've mentioned this before on one of our mini shows. We get to the snack bar, right? And there's sort of an opening on both sides, but there's one line forming, right?
Yeah.
I prefer the one line. But Rachel, her brain short circuits, and she's like, well, there's another line here that nobody's in, but it's really just an empty space.
It's not short-circuiting. This is not efficient. We are blocking the entire entrance into the theater by clogging it with one line when there's 3 different caches.
I say it is more efficient. And then so a guy went up to this empty spot, and then he gets served, right? So it's like, okay, so there are supposed to be 2 lines here. And then the manager comes out and says, kind of chastises everybody for trying to be civil and being in one line. Well, it's like, I don't want to go there because it's not unclear that that's a line. Anyway, so he's like, hey, make 2 lines here because it's faster. I'm like, okay, you want us in 2 lines? Fine. But it's not faster. It is not faster.
It's clogging the entrance to the theater with one line.
Hold on, Rachel. I would like to hear why. He's done the scientific analysis.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it not faster?
If there's 3 people serving at the counter, and it's the same amount of people, it's more fair because the people who got there first, you just go to the line, you go to the cashier who's
I agree it's more fair, but why is it not faster?
How is it faster?
It's
because the one thing I would think you're eliminating is the pause of time between when, like, let's say the person on the end furthest from where the one line is formed is like trying to get the next person's attention. Like, hey, come over.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. There's that.
And you're not taking up so much goddamn space. It doesn't make sense.
It's the same amount of people. It's the same amount of space. They could do like a zipper line or whatever at an airport.
What? You want that? That's not going to complicate it.
I prefer that. It's way less complicated. If it's one line, then it's like, what line do I choose?
But Jason, the entrance to the theater was right where the one line was. You can't clog the entrance to the theater for the people who don't need to go buy
that's
food.
On the theater.
Oh my God.
Okay, if you're just listening, Rachel's literally banging her head. In the name of fairness, JD, I agree with you. One line is superior.
One line. One line and pay attention. When you're at the front of the line, you fucking pay attention.
Like, which is airport rules.
Yeah. Head on a swivel.
Really? It's one snake line, but there are times when they're like, I'm down here. Or custom, same thing.
Exactly.
People don't realize they got their heads in their phones.
You expect too much.
I agree. And I think you should be able to literally shove the person. If they're at the front and they're looking at their phone, just...
Miss.
Hey, get going. Kick them in the ass. Literally kick them right in the ass.
Yeah, and then they have momentum forward.
Exactly.
So it speeds the whole thing up.
As long as you kick them in the direction that they're supposed to be going, that's what you should be able to do. That should be the social norm.
You are a maniac. This is why he doesn't leave the house. And he works from home. He does all of his business at home.
No, but he is committed to fairness, and I agree with him. Yeah. Even if it's a millisecond slower, I think for fairness' sake, don't. So,
Thank you.
And then also because you get in the line, and then they're like, oh, you're a Members Plus rewards card, and I'm like, what? And they're like, well, that's
right.
That's the speed line. That's the first class movie line.
That's right. Which they do have at one of the movie theaters here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and then the person that's free has to decide: am I only taking these people, or am I mixing? It is. Well, remember how we talked about? I think this was last week. The 5 chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Method.
Yes.
Right.
Have you adopted it yet, or?
I didn't try it. I ran it by Jill, and she was actually like, yeah, that actually sounds like it makes a lot of sense.
She's like, fuck yeah, let's get 5 chocolate bars in here.
But then she immediately said, you will eat 5 chocolate bars. I said, I know. That's why I'm worried about it.
Did you?
Yeah. Well,
here's the thing. Here's a flaw in the plan. Apparently, I also need the 5 pizza method because I ate so much pizza last night because I'm like, well, we never have pizza.
Right.
So now I gotta keep 5 Domino's thin crusts in my house, like fully stocked at all times.
Wait, would you
see
order
what I'm
a
saying?
pizza? Did you order a pizza or is this frozen?
Yes.
Okay.
Ordered pizza.
Well, there's nothing wrong with eating the pizza you ordered.
Well, but I ate too much.
How much is too much?
I feel sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the word? 8. Realistically speaking, 9 slices?
How big is a slice, though? Is it like a quarter of
That's
a
a
pizza?
lot of pizza. He just said 9 slices.
But
Unless
it could be
he's
really
like,
slithers.
No, 9 slices. And it wasn't a Domino's thin crust. It was a artisanal Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary is not a style of pizza. That's the name of the place.
okay.
That's how you felt
It's
after.
like, you got Detroit, you got Pan, you got Hail Mary.
Okay. 9 slices of pizza sounds like quite a bit.
Yeah,
For
it
a
was
guy
too
who's
much.
lactose intolerant.
Yeah, that plays into it, certainly. But anyways, I need the sweet, like, I need to know I always have sweets, but then I also need to know I always have savories.
Right. Right. It's
So
called
I might
food,
also need-
man.
Yeah.
Got to keep 5 tacos over here. I got
What'd you get on your pizza?
pep mush.
Classic. Love it.
Love it. And then I ate some of Jill's pizza. That's where I start to go.
What'd you get on hers?
Hers was literally a spicy meatball pizza.
Oh, another classic.
Another classic.
Oh, you guys are
All
classing
right.
it up.
If you
over
don't want to
there.
hear me complain about Curb Your Enthusiasm, skip ahead, I guess. But I really, truly think this is no spoiler.
Okay.
Anyways, I assume you didn't see last night's episode?
I have not seen the last 5 seasons of Curb, to be honest.
Okay.
So I'm whatever.
That's fine. So this is fine. By the time you get to this, you won't even
It's a
remember.
comedy show. Like I feel like comedy shows can't be spoiled.
I agree. I'm just telling you the premise. Like, if I
Okay.
said, oh, in this, Jerry's dating a masseuse, but she won't massage him.
Yeah.
Like, is that a spoiler?
No.
No. Okay, anyway. So, Larry David, like, one of the goats of comedy.
100%.
Love him. Can't believe I'm going to complain about something, but I've heard him, like Larry and Jeff Garland and other people on the show on so many podcasts and interviews. And one thing that always comes up is, like, the host is like, either they have a Curb style pitch for him, because again, like if you're watching CSI, you're probably not like, oh, I have an idea for CSI. But if
Right.
you're watching Curb, because it's just like the daily things that happen to all of us, people do have ideas for it. And I know, even doing the show on a very small, much smaller scale than Curb, people are always pitching me stuff, ideas, and I'm usually like, okay, that doesn't really make sense for the show.
But send your emails though. Still.
But send your emails. No. People that email me have an incredible success rate.
Oh, right.
I just mean
Yes.
people on the street.
Right.
So I guess really I mean my family. I don't know why I call them people on the
His
street.
family's on the street right now.
My family on the street.
Hard times.
So people will either pitch them or ask them, like, do people often pitch you? And they complain so much about it. They're like, yeah, and the thing is, like, because it's daily life stuff that we always talk about, people think, oh, I have an idea. And they're idiots and they don't know and they don't understand.
Right.
And I usually agree with them.
Sure.
Until last night, when the thing that gets the plot rolling is Larry and Leon are at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Okay.
And can you believe? And I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Larry. That the bit was Leon got kicked out for eating too much at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Wow. That's
Like-
a 20-year-old Simpsons
30.
plotline.
I looked it up. 1992.
Fucking hell. We're old.
32-year-old Simpsons reference that has become, I would say, like a canard, like a cliche, right?
100%.
Like the idea, like everyone has made this joke at this point. Like the line, like does this sound like the actions of a man who had all he could eat? Oh, wouldn't it be funny if you like went to an all-you-can-eat restaurant and they kicked you out? Oh, my buddy's such a big eater. When he goes to all-you-can-eat restaurants, I feel like they're going to kick him out. Like, everyone has had this thought. I was like, I can't, and I could see it coming. And I was like, surely they're going to zig or zag or something.
Right.
But no. So Larry and Jeff, other people can pitch you ideas. If like this is a
This is what
treasured
you're
idea.
coming up with? Yeah. No
Other
kidding.
people can pitch you now because that is an idea that anyone would come up with.
Maybe
And you're
somebody
so
did.
condescending about it.
Maybe it wasn't his idea. Maybe he finally took a recommendation.
But, I doubt
From
it.
Conan O'Brien, who was like, I wrote this 34 years ago on The Simpsons.
Apparently Conan's on this season.
Oh.
Okay, well, now the conspiracy thickens. You want to know where Kate Middleton is? I want to know who got this to Larry.
What was I going to say? Also, what takes me out of it immediately, just you describing it, is what the hell is Larry David doing at an all-you-can-eat buffet? Like, the guy, his character.
I guess the implication is that Leon enjoys it, so he goes with Leon.
So
But he doesn't eat. He eats barely anything.
Okay.
And he thinks it's disgusting.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
Still.
I'm back in.
Okay, Larry. So, Larry, the character, he's got to take someone's kid to the amusement park. And, he's got his phone on him because he's waiting for a call for a big meeting. And then there's a guy on a bridge shooting him with the water cannon because he looks like a dad. And then his phone gets fried, right? And so he misses the meeting. And then the guy gets pissed at him. And then, of course, at the end, maybe that guy's on the ride and it ends with Larry shooting him with the water gun. Is that a good idea? No. Or it's like, if you needed something to set a plot into motion where he loses his phone or his shirt gets ruined or something.
Sure. It's better than an all-you-can-eat buffet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
Now you have to accept people stopping you on the street and saying, something hilarious happened to me. I think this would work so great on Curb.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Larry. And I would say generally, like, the last few seasons haven't been great, so I don't really think you're missing much. Yeah. But I do think this is heading... Now, this is a spoiler, but I think it's heading towards a retread of the Seinfeld finale.
Oh.
Interesting.
I think that's how he's going to end the show. This is not a very original idea. Many, 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 many people have pointed this out.
So he's going to...
If you've seen this season, there's clues leading us there.
Okay.
But anyway.
All right. Cool.
Love you, Lair.
Just a few notes.
Join us on Monday for the return of Tass Mellis.
Yes. The triumphant
hasn't been on the show for a very long time. Mm-hmm. Since before the accident. And here's a pitch for you. We're going to find out on the show who is the most famous person that reached out to Tass after his accident. The answer will shock you.
It is going to shock you. We're telling you it's going to shock you, and you're still going to be shocked.
You're still going to be shocked. And I feel like he mentioned another famous person that texted him on No Dunks. It's not that person.
No.
Oh.
It's a different person. This is a literal exclusive.
That's exciting. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, you don't even know.
Yeah. You're going to find out?
You don't produce that show?
No, Steph.
All right, JD, have a great vacation. When are you leaving? You don't say the date. Just say tomorrow, today.
I'm leaving tomorrow. So when this airs, I will hopefully be playing pickleball and not at the bottom.
He will be at the bottom of a Mexican hole.
Not hungover.
I'm not going to be hungover. I'm going to be, playing pickleball, enjoying the sunshine, doing some swimming. I'll have some cervezas, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So when you come back, you're going to be better than Rachel.
Better in terms of I'll be more relaxed. Oh, no. No, there's no catching her for me.
I had a little, a good time yesterday playing against him.
And another
By a
guy.
good time, you mean he had a bad time?
Yeah. I played singles against him and his partner.
Not my partner, a guy we met.
My life partner. What do you mean? In tennis, when you have one person playing singles, another person doubles, it's called Canadian doubles.
Yeah.
Is it called Canadian pickleball?
Yeah, but she was playing the whole court, so it was basically she was playing like the full court against the two of us, and she's still.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but when you do it, they kind of normally do one side if you're playing against two people.
Yeah.
So
you have to get it on one side. Anyways.
Unless it's different for tennis.
You know what? The truth is I don't understand what you're saying. So
okay.
It doesn't matter.
Let's just move on.
All right.
So is he getting better, Rachel? What's going on? Is that why he's going to Mexico?
I think he's been so busy. Yeah, he's been so busy.
I play once a month. I play
once
a month. So it's literally.
He can't get better when he doesn't play. So he has to take a vacation so he can play.
And you ridiculing him and humiliating him, does that make him better? Or
no, but it makes me feel better.
Oh, okay, good. Perfect. All right, JD, get out of here. You got to pack and package the show.
That's true. I still have a few hours ahead of me.
Good. Email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe everywhere. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Come back on Monday for Tassie. JD, have a great trip.
Thank you.
This was JD, Matt, and Rachel reaching out from the great beyond. We'll see you next week. Hopefully.
Yeah.